Welcome to another edition of the Seat Shop installation video series. Today we're going to be showing you how to do a driver's bottom on a 2002 through 2005 Ford Explorer. This happened to be the Eddie Bauer package with a two-tone leather and the perforated center inserts. They also come in a few different two-tone packages as well as a solid color. So if you're unsure of your color, just give us a call with a VIN. We'll be more than happy to help you out on the color. We've already gotten the seat out of the truck. To do that, there's four 15mm bolts holding that seat in the vehicle. We just took those out, got it in the workroom here, and we're about to break it down. Brian's going to walk you through a few tools that you're going to need for it.
All right, first you'll need the 15mm that Hunter was talking about, just a regular socket wrench. There's one on each four corner of the bolts for the floor to hold the seat to the floor. Also, the power connections underneath will just be a quick disconnect on the underneath. That'll be everything you need to get the truck out of the seat out of the truck. After that, you just need a couple screwdrivers, a couple flathead screwdrivers. We got a couple pry tools. Screwdrivers can work in the place of this. This just kind of makes it a little easier. And regular Phillips head screwdrivers. Pretty straightforward with this. We're going to go ahead and dive right into it. Lay this on the side. First thing you got to do is start taking a lot of this plastic panel off the side. Spin this around.
Yep. I'm going to grab two pry tools here, and we're going to take off this lumbar knob right here. There's no clip holding it on. Basically, is what we do is get two flatheads, or in this case the pry tools, 180 degrees apart from each other, and just pop that knob off. Again, there's no clip. So get in here, get underneath. You'll be able to see where that knob ends. Just get underneath it and pop it right off like that. The next one is we're going to get you a close-up in here. This is a little tricky, but we'll show you once we get it off exactly what we're doing. You can kind of push that panel down, and there's two clips that clip that onto a groove on the metal post. So I'm just going to get a flathead here.
Always it's good to have a second pair of hands to kind of pulling some upward pressure on this while you're prying the two little pieces apart inside. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, now we get a close-up. This clip here on the bottom and this clip here on the top, there's a groove in this metal channel right here. There's that little channel. So these two pieces clip. When they push down, it clips into that groove. So when you're pulling up, you take your flathead and you want to make some separation. Just pull that open there and pry this to the side so it gets it out of that groove so it'll pop off. You don't want to bend it too much. You don't want to snap that tab off. Otherwise, this thing will rattle and come off all the time. But that's all that's holding that on. So once you got that, put it to the side. Next is a couple screws on the underneath side. There's going to be one under here.
There's one right here. If you can get in right there. Then there's also one at the back. I'll show you in a second. If you got a Phillips, just go ahead and take those off.
Screwdriver.
Just watch over here. There's one. And then there's one on the back here.
It'll kind of be tucked behind some of the cloth.
Behind the carpet. If you see there, just pull the carpet back.
Once he's got that screw off, the next piece, we'll go ahead and start wiggling this panel off. There's two pieces on the inside of this panel that are holding it on. There's one right around here and one right around here on the back side. It's basically two little claws that are hooking down. So if you flip this thing on the side, you can kind of look up underneath
and see one right here. There's a plastic one, and then there's also one. You can kind of pull that cover
all the way towards the top here. You'll be able to see it, and take you a flathead screwdriver. You can help kind of push it up. So we'll kind of wiggle this, pushing the plastic panel up, and getting these pieces off here. There we go. Now those two pieces are undone. The next piece you're going to undo is for your heated seat right here.
The green one right there.
It's going to be a quick connect. You see the button there?
Push that button. There, I'll do that.
Disconnect there. And your last control panel here, which is two Phillips screws, we'll go and pull those two off. All right, now.
And the Explorers also are a lot easier than some of the other Ford vehicles. that being said, just because you don't have to separate this whole power track unit and separate the top from the bottom like you do in some other vehicles. So this is a pretty straightforward install.
Next is there's just a series of plastic clips around the bottom rim of this cover that clip onto the frame. Take a flathead screwdriver and go ahead and start popping all these connections off. You'll see them.
You'll see the plastic clips that are sewn onto the cover like that. They just hook on these bars right there. There's a big long one at the back. Then once you get that back one off, you'll see these this long flap here. There's just a piece of Velcro in the middle of it. Just go ahead and take that Velcro off like that.
Let me flip to the other side here.
Okay. There's one here. And there's also one that's a little tricky because there's a hard metal thing for the seatbelt sensor that's sewn in this flap right here. That flap will stay on it. It's completely separate from the cover, but there is that plastic clip behind it. Let me get in there.
Okay. There we go. And that'll feed up in between the seat and this part of the seatbelt assembly.
There we go. Just like that.
That's a trickier one to get off. The rest of the cover is held on to the foam cushion with Velcro. We'll just start peeling up one corner at a time. Going to work around. You want to basically turn it inside out. You don't want to just yank it right off because you'll pull the Velcro off. So kind of flip everything inside out so you can kind of get a view of what's going on. Then when you start separating the Velcro, you want to do it an inch at a time. Push down on the Velcro with your thumb and pull up on the cover. Start on one of the corners and then work your way around. So we're pulling this up. Basically, you need to push down on the Velcro like that so it doesn't come off the foam. Just work yourself all the way around. You see this white section here? That's your seat heater. Your seat heater is going to be completely separate from the cover. It's going to be actually hooked onto the foam cushion. That's a common question we get a lot. Well, that'll separate. Now, if you happen to pull the Velcro off, it happens. Well, I've done it a bunch of times before. Take you some spray adhesive. You can get a can of 3M spray adhesive at any hardware store and just spray down there and push the Velcro back on. They'll go ahead and set up. 5-10 minutes, it'll set up hard, and you can re-Velcro it back on.
All right, we have our new cover here, and if you look on the back of the new cover, obviously there's going to be that same Velcro and same plastic clips that were on the original. To line this up, obviously we keep the cover inside out like this, and Brian's just going to line it up with the Velcro and show you how to seat that just to make sure you get the real defined seat. Yeah.
You want to basically line up your front two corners where it turns first, so you can flip this, get the seat pointing straight on here. Basically, I'm stretching it all the way out to the edges here, so I'm all the way around the rim to set the Velcro. Now, sometimes you'll have to make some adjustments once you get it Velcroed on. You can look back, and when you pull the cover down, you can kind of look and see if something needs to be moved over. You want to make sure the Velcro is all the way closer to the outside foam, so it doesn't. That way, it stays real tight down the middle. Basically, I'm running my fingers on the inside down that seam, on the inside seam where the other side of the Velcro is sewn on, and pushing it towards the edge. Get that on, come back and do this side. My fingers on the seam, push it out, run it all the way down the back. Make sure that Velcro is attached really good. Okay, once that's on, you can kind of smooth it out. What you're going to do, you take your fingertips along the double seam, on this double seam on the corners. Put your fingertips on that seam. You want to kind of stretch the cover, make sure there's no slack, and then start to pull it down and kind of roll it over. That's going to get it tight. We'll do the same thing on this side. You want to pull the cover this way to pull any of this slack out. Make sure that's tight and roll it down over.
And also, when you're rolling that over with your other hand, you can push in on that foam a little bit. You'll be able to see where that double seam from the original cover is kind of made an impression in the foam cushion. That's basically what you're trying to line up. So to get that bolster in, just while you're wrapping it around with that one hand, just go ahead and push the foam in with the other.
You can always come back also, pull the lip up here, push the foam towards the center, and pull the cover this way. That really seats it good and tight there. It gets the seam running down the side.
Okay.
All the adjustments aren't going to be 100% until you actually get it wrapped around and get the clip set. But the better you get it set, the easier it's going to be. Start tucking some of this around.
Yep. Get in
Get
there.
that through the back. Can you see that coming through?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, that's set. Now, we're going to flip it on its back and start hooking these clips around. Let's see. Let's start on this side first, Hunter. I'll lay this on.
Okay.
Flip it up here.
Okay. And these plastic clips will just go on the same spot that came off of. Just kind of stretch it. That one front clip.
Make sure the seam's tight. All right, one more turn. Okay, now this clip will be easy just like the other ones we just did. The trickier one is the one that's where this seatbelt assembly piece is. We'll go ahead and clip this one and we'll get you this one.
Okay.
Okay, now you can feed it in between. There's a little space right here. You can see that we're going to feed the clip through here, let it come down through, and then we should be able to grab a hold of it with the screwdrivers to okay, you can, once you get it kind of halfway through, you can come in from each side with the flathead and stretch it around. And you come towards me, whole clip.
Yeah, I can push
Right
it.
to him, pull it.
There. Okay.
Good? Okay, there we go. Now that piece is up there.
All right. And then this back one. And then this little flap here on the side, that's the one that Velcros together in the center before you hook that back clip. There's a little plastic trim piece. You can just feed it through. If you're having problems feeding it through, there's just 2 Phillips screws holding that on. You can always take that off. But I'm just going to try to feed it here. Okay.
There we go.
Pull that. Go across the center and just Velcro that together.
And this back clip, pull around and a clip on the bottom. Move this forward. Here's the clip. This is the rail it's going to go onto right here. We're going to lay this down. Can you get it from there?
Yeah.
It's really tight.
Yeah, we may get it. That's center, yeah. You got the bigger one?
Yeah. See if I can further down.
I'll hold this side on.
I'm not getting a good angle on it.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, now that that's set, we'll start putting our panel back on.
Versus those chrome Phillips head screws, we'll put the power control that slides it forward and back on.
Once the power control's on, these are the 2 little notches here and here to hook onto the frame. So once that's on, we're going to hook these 2 notches.
Make sure they go in right here. One of them's here in the back.
The other one's just above the.
Yep. And the other one just goes right above that lumbar control there.
We're going to screw that piece on here.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold it up.
Get down over here.
Yeah.
Come on up here. Is it on down there?
There.
There we go. Oop. Okay. And these just thread into the plastic, so you don't have to get it really tight because you can strip the plastic pretty easy if you really torque it hard. Just get it kind of hand tight and you'll be good. It's not going to come out.
Then that green quick connect seat heaters, if you have the seat heater option. Snap that back on there.
The main thing is you gotta have the steel peg for the seat recline and the lumbar. We'll have to kind of go through the hole. Make sure they're going through the hole, and then try to line up your those little clips towards the top.
Okay, I'm in here.
Close when we get the screwdriver. Pull it back a little bit. I think I'm on. Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm on.
Okay, and then that one Phillips in the back, you'll just pull that carpet back.
We'll check from the bottom side onto this one here, see if this top one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep,
this,
you're hooked.
It's touching the bottom of the lumbar.
Well,
Last time it was hitting something if it was touching the bottom of that.
yeah.
Okay, there we go.
right there.
Yeah. You can tell if you're not always lined up, this plastic piece will really be pushing against the black part of the lumbar knob. You should be able to easily see the 2 screws for the lumbar. If something's pressed up against it, it may not be clipped on all the way. So you can kind of just pull and adjust a little bit more.
That last Phillips down there. Okay, go ahead and get your knobs back on there.
This one's just got a little diamond-shaped wheel in there. When you push it on, it'll line up and just snaps right on. And this one, you want to make sure you're lined up straight. Just clips right on. That's all you got to do. Screw in the back there.
Yep.
Okay. You're all set. Now, once you got the cover on, you definitely want to clean your seat top cover. Just with all the grease and grit that's been on it and all the wear and tear. We have a whole video posted online as well on how we clean the seat top. Check that out. You'll really like the color match for your bottom and top. If you got any questions, always feel free to give us a call at 214-710-2565 or check us out on the web at www.seatshop.com.